Good evening and happy Friday, everybody. My name is Ryan, senior instructor here at VectorVest, and I have a great presentation for you this evening, how to identify the hottest industries during an election cycle. Not only do election cycles have the potential for an administrative change, but they have a huge impact on industries as a whole. So as these industries start to rotate based on these election results, I want to show you how to utilize the VectorVest 7 system to take advantage of these opportunities and to make money. Now, I'm not going to get political or try to assume the outcome of this election, so I'm going to rely on the facts within the VectorVest 7 system to track the trends of these industries and to find out which ones are moving the most. Before we get into the software, just to refresh everybody, we're going to take a top-down approach in tonight's video. At the top, you'll have the market. Below that will be the sectors that make up that market. And as we're going to focus on this evening being industries, those industries make up the different sectors. As we identify those hot industries, we then can take a cherry picking approach in the individual stocks. In the second half of tonight's presentation, I will show you how to utilize the Unisearch part of the VectorVest software to find industries that are gaining momentum. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and let's get started. All right, we're in the VectorVest 7 software. Now, tonight's exercises, these will be utilized more as we get closer to the election and post-election results. So with that information in mind, let's go ahead and get started. Right here on the home page, we do list our top RT industries and top RT sectors. If you're new to the software, if you're not familiar, RT, relative timing, looks at the short-term price trend and the magnitude of that trend. It is on a scale of 0 to 2. Above 1 is favorable, below 1 is unfavorable. The further you get away from 1 speaks to the magnitude of that trend. As we take a look at the RT industries and the sectors and look at their RTs here, we can see great RT ratings. So these are the industries and sectors within the VectorVest 7 software that have the most magnitude behind their upside trend. Now we're going to spend a lot of our time in the Viewers tab. Over on the left, you'll see the sector viewer along with the industry viewer. So for the first exercise, we're going to start with the sector viewer and take the top-down approach. At the top, we can see that there's a total of 41 sectors throughout the market. The market indices is leading the top right now with the RT ranking of 1, with ETFs, REIT, computer, paper, and utilities to follow suit. So as an example on this top-down approach, if I just right-click on the computer sector, then select View Industries and Business Sector, here we have the list of the different industries here. Makers, graphics, and services appear at the top of the list. So logically thinking, the next step here would simply just to be right-clicking on computer makers, then select View Stocks and Industry Group. But before we do that, let's always take a look at the industry graph just to make sure it's in an upward trend. Here we have the chart of the computer makers industry over the last 6 months. I have several moving averages of price just giving us a sense of trend. And down below, I do have RT or relative timing. You can see for the most part, RT has been favorable above 1, confirming this upward momentum. And more recently, we're seeing this big jump in RT. The second exercise in tonight's video helps us identify these large jumps in RT in order to find industries that are increasing momentum. Again, the whole point of tonight's video is to identify these industries as the election cycle approaches. So that way we can stay on the right side of the market and potentially make some money. To find stocks in this great industry, simply right-click and select View Stocks and Industry Group. This screen will appear and show you the top-rated stocks in a hot industry amongst one of the best performing sectors in the market, only increasing our chances and probability for success. We have Supermicro, very popular stock at the top of the list right now, along with Lenovo, Apple, HP, and Dell to follow suit. Most of these stocks are buy rated, which gives us a good sense of the overall health of this industry. And from here, we would just utilize our VectorVest philosophy, aiming for undervalued stocks, so we'd want price to be undervalued. Safe stocks, so an RS greater than 1, that are rising in price in a rising market. Now, there's no need to overcomplicate this. Very simple exercise here. We simply started at the sector viewer. We saw the top performing sectors in the list. I skipped over market, ETFs, and REITs, just as they are specialized in nature. So the first one coming up was computer. To recap, simply right-clicked on it, went to View Industries and Business Sector, and then simply found the best industry in that sector, right-clicked on it again, and went to View Stocks and Industry Group. Now, the VectorVest 7 software makes this top-down approach very simple and yet very effective to enhance your portfolio going forward. So now let's jump into the second exercise for tonight. For this, we'll be on the Unisearch tab, and we will select Delta Searches Industries. From here, we have several to choose from depending on the time frame that you're looking at. The first one I'm going to start off with looks at a 10-day RT delta. So this just looks at the rate of change in RT over a certain time frame. This will allow us to find those industries that are showing big jumps in RT, confirming increased upside momentum. So let's run our first one, the 10-day RT delta. Again, I just want to remind you that this is going to be a strategy to be utilized closer to the election itself. So once I selected Run Search, I'll simply just go to Graph All. Down here at the bottom, you'll notice that RT increase over the last few trading sessions. So at no surprise, this industry appeared in the top of the list, and we see price action here gaining momentum over the last 2 trading weeks. Next up, we have Computer Makers. This is a perfect example here. We just took a look at this industry. You can see the line I left on here. Again, this is a great search to utilize to find industries that are starting to gain momentum. Now, this chart here with Software Desktop, you can see the RT very unfavorable here with a low of 0.39 for the RT rating, showing this momentum and price action to the downside. Now, one thing I am noticing here, if I just use a freehand line, we did get a divergence, price action on the retracement, while RT relative timing was increasing to the upside, giving us that bullish divergence, which we see shortly after a big gap up to the upside here, with price action still on the rise as of today. Another one in the computer space, again, this is a very hot sector right now. Graphics at the top of the list. We see RT relative timing since the beginning of May around 0.79 to finish this week at 1.14. So again, very effective yet simple strategy to find industries that are gaining momentum to the upside. The next one I wanted to show you was a 13-week RT delta, looking at a little bit longer time frame, just giving you more confirmation to the upside and showing this industry having a more sustainable trend. So as I run the search, we see electrical, connectors, crypto stocks, software desktop, media, newspapers, so pretty diverse list of industries here. And if we just graph the industries, we see electrical connectors here, RT definitely on the rise since late April. Now we've got crypto stocks here. We see the upward trend in the price action here, along with RT relative timing, RT just becoming favorable, giving us a good early entry point on the crypto stocks. For the last one here, we got media, newspapers, nice price action from lower left to upper right. RT relative timing also in positive territory. We're seeing this big jump up here at the RT relative timing, which caused it to make the list here. So as I exit this graph, again, just as before, you would simply right click on one of these. For this example, I'll use electrical connectors. Go to View Stocks and Industry Group. So here are the stocks in the industry, only 4 stocks in this industry right now. So if you were going to cherry pick, probably starting with the buy rated stocks, not the worst idea. But you know I love my charts, so I always want to graph them all before just selecting one. We see nice steady price action on the rise here, just hit a high as of 2 days ago. And RT down below above 1, currently sitting at 1.45, just showing the momentum to the upside. Here we've got SITM, a lot of consolidation over the last few trading weeks. If I use a horizontal line, you can see the tight trading range here. So I'd like to wait for a breakout just to get a sense of direction for jumping in this position. This position here, very low volume, so I'm going to skip this all together. Here we have MEI, the loser in this industry, clear downtrend, making its way back to the oscillation point of 1, but still unfavorable right now at 0.99. All right, now that you've seen the power of these Delta Searches industries to show you how to find industries that are rotating and gaining momentum. Again, this strategy is definitely optimal for the election cycle as the election comes closer. Now, as we get closer to the election, the strategy I showed you this evening, very simple, very effective, will help you identify which industries are benefiting the most from the election results. Now, again, my name is Ryan. It's been a pleasure giving you tonight's presentation. If you have any questions on what we covered this evening, please do not hesitate to give support a call. Good night.
Yeah.